It's been just under a month since the Drug Wars DLC has been released in GTA Online, and as the dust is settling for this DLC, I'm going to rank the top 5 items released in the Drug Wars DLC. Now, this list will not include any drip feed that is going to be released, because as of right now, most of the drip feed hasn't even been released. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. At my number 5 spot, I am going with the Freak Shop. Now, this is only counting just this building in general, not my like brickade or my bike over there. It is only just this building. Now you're probably thinking this building does not have a ton of value, and well, yeah, it really does not have that much value, but you got it for free, so you shouldn't be expecting too much value with this Freak Shop. But still, with this being free, you get some nice features. Like one thing, you can set your spawn location to the Freak Shop. So if you're like trying to max out your acid lab, you can set your spawn location to the Freak Shop. So if you're working on your acid lab and you're trying to switch sessions, you can just set your spawn location to the Freak Shop and boom, you're back in the city, and you get this for free. Most of the spawn locations that you get, you have to pay for, right? I mean, like all of these other ones I'm going through right now, you have to pay for. I mean, aside from random last location, this is the only one that's free. It's probably not that big of a deal to most people, but if you're a new level, I think it's kind of a decent deal. And plus, with the Freak Shop, you have this weapons bench right here, and this took no money to put in. This was just free. Most of the other Mark II weapon workshops, you have to pay to put in. So if you're just starting to get a lot of money and you want to upgrade your Mark II weapons, you don't have to buy a weapon workshop anymore. All you have to do is just come here and use this. So like I can buy explosive slugs for my Mark II pump shotgun just from right here. I mean, aside from those two features, there's not too much else going on here. You need the Freak Shop in order to upgrade the Brickade 6x6 and the delivery bike, but that was the Freak Shop coming in at number 5. Coming in at my number 4 spot is going to be the Brickade 6x6. Now, for this, I am not counting the acid lab in the back. I am just counting this just as a vehicle. Now, driving the Brickade 6x6 is probably one of the most fun vehicles to drive around, and it's just because of this. I just get to drive straight into people and just send them flying straight up in the air. I mean, look at this. Like, I'm literally like a snowplow right now. This is fan-freaking-tastic. Still kind of annoys me that there's still snow on the ground, but anyways. And look, you can also buy mines to put down. I bought slick mines for this, and I'm just sitting in a bunch of slick mines already in the snow. But you can buy so many different mines to put on this vehicle. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I feel like the Brickade 6x6 is almost like a phantom wedge and a ramp buggy kind of combined. Oh my, did you see how, look at that car. Did you see how far I sent that car flying? That's what I'm talking about with this thing. This is so fun to drive. Oh god, I just ran over one of my slick mines too. I will say one of the downfalls for this vehicle is the fact that I just feel like in order to do like any of the acid lab stuff, honestly the Brickade 6x6 is kind of pointless to drive around. You don't have to source supplies for the acid lab, but let's just say you do. Let's just say you do, right? You don't have to use the Brickade 6x6 in order to source supplies. You can use your oppressor if you want. If you want to use any other vehicle, you can use that. If you want to sell your product, you use your delivery bike. You don't even use the Brickade 6x6. So also in that regard, I just feel like this vehicle is a little bit pointless. All this Brickade 6x6 really has that's like somewhat useful is that there's just an acid lab in the back. I guess a positive though that the acid lab is mobile on the Brickade 6x6 is the fact that like right now I'm close to like Del Perro Pier. Like, I could just stop right here in the middle of the road after flipping that car over. I could go over here and then go into my acid lab from here instead of me going to a direct location. But still, I don't think that's that big of a deal, though. That is why the Brickade 6x6 is at my number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the first dose missions as a whole. Now, I know most people are kind of frustrated with how most of these first dose missions are just reused mission scenarios, which I honestly get that, but I think the 4th first dose mission, the one where you have to survive the acid trip, I think that makes these missions missions as a whole kind of like worth it and kind of fun in my opinion. And another thing too is, while I'm doing this mission, I'm going to look at this. If you go to the main menu and you go to stats and then awards, you go down to Los Santos Drug Wars. For doing these first dose missions, you get $50,000. So like right now I'm doing Welcome to the Troop. If this was my first time, I would get $50,000. For the first 5, you earn $50,000 each. So already that is $250,000. And then the last one, Off the Rails, if you complete that as a leader, you get $250,000. So for doing it the first time, you get $500,000. And that's honestly really, really good. Starting out as a low level in GTA Online, you can just do this and do all this, and you can get $500,000, access to the Freak Shop, the ability to buy the Acid Lab, which is only $750,000. In my opinion, this is a hidden objective. I didn't know this while doing it the first time on my main account or my Loser to Luxury account. You can complete all the missions in the first dose as a member of an organization or motorcycle club to earn an extra $100,000. So instead of earning $500,000, I could earn $600,000, and all I had to do was become the leader of one of my organizations or a motorcycle club. I mean, good lord, that is incredible. I wish I would have known that. I could have had a little bit more money. So yeah, I think these missions are absolutely great for you to do. So if you just got the game, I highly recommend doing these missions because you get a decent amount of money. That's not even including what you get for doing these missions. And like for this week, it's double money in RP again, which is crazy. So like you have all those rewards plus the ability for this to be double money and RP. So the rewards are probably some of the best for missions in general. I will say though, after you do it the first time, it's really not that worth it though, I will say. And like once you complete all the objectives, it is really not that worth it after that. The only reason I'm playing it right now is to just kind of have some gameplay in the background. And oh my god, I'm about to die. That's kind of sad. So yeah, that's pretty much the main reason though why this is coming in at number 3, aside from maybe like number 2 or number 1, is that this is pretty much only a one-time thing. So that was the first dose missions coming in at the number 3 spot. All right, coming in at the number 2 spot for me is going to be the Fulligans jobs. Now you can unlock the Fulligans jobs after completing all the first dose missions, and all you have to do to start one up is to go to your phone right here and go to Dax and you call up Dax, but I'm already doing one right now, so the right thing's not going to be able to pull up. And once you call Dax, something will pop up that says request work. You click on that and boom, you are starting a Fulligans job. Now some of these Fulligans jobs are apparently, you know, supposed to be in the game kind of like a long time ago. Like the one where you're supposed to get into the crop duster, like apparently that one's supposed to be in the game, and then like some of them are kind of like reused, like this one I'm doing right now, liquidize assets. We'll be going on another trip again to like right here. We have to exit the weed farm, and then we're like, oh shoot, we're just walking through the chemicals that we just put into the water tank, and we exit the farm, and then boom, there's like aliens and whatnot. This has like been done before in like story mode, but like come on, this is fun. This one's actually fun. This is, oh lord, I died. Oh no, I didn't die, I tripped out. But this is probably my favorite Fulligans job, and the rewards for this are pretty decent too. You get $50,000. It's essentially like the same concept as a payphone hit, really, but the payphone hit is going to give you more money. This is kind of like a poor man's payphone hit. Like you can start out your day maybe like doing like a payphone hit, and then you can go right into a Fulligans job, and then you can go right into, I don't know, Kaya Perico or whatever, or I don't know what you want to do. But yeah, but I just finished that Fulligan job, and yeah, now we're on top of the snowy Mount Chiliad, and boom, there we go, we got $50,000. And you also need to do 10 Fulligans jobs though to upgrade your acid lab to have better equipment, which will then give you a lot more money. You do kind of have to do Fulligans jobs. Unlike payphone hits, after you do the first dose missions, which is free to do, you'll have the opportunity to do these Fulligans jobs. Now with payphone hits, you have to buy an agency, and then you can do a payphone hit. This is a good way for low levels to make money at the start of the game, to then upgrade your acid lab and to start that production, so then you can buy other stuff like the agency to maybe do payphone hits or Kasaka or whatever you want. It's up to you. But that is why the Fulligans jobs are coming in at my number 2 spot. And coming in at the #1 spot is going to be the Acid Lab itself. This does not include the Brickade 6x6. This is just the business of the Acid Lab that I'm talking about right here. Now, this business is incredibly profitable, and once again, kind of a theme for this DLC. This is very, very friendly to low levels. This is one of the cheaper businesses to get, and you get a lot of money out of it. Now, this is kind of similar to like a lot of the MC businesses and like the bunker, but this is just a little bit more of an updated version, in my opinion. And you can boost your acid production right here once a day, so you can gather product a lot quicker for a short amount of time. That is really, really huge. You can't do that at any other business. You can only do that at the Acid Lab. And really, this is probably the only business kind of this type where you have to like gather supplies and sell product, where it's incredibly solo friendly. Like all these missions you can do solo. I think for everything else, I mean, you can do it solo, but it's really not recommended, and it will take a very, very long time. Like this is kind of just made for solo people. So in order to do these sell missions, you just click to sell from your Acid Lab, and then you get onto this delivery bike that comes with the Brickade 6x6. And so then you get a sell mission. Like for me, I just have to take the acid to the drop off. And also I'm in a public lobby too, so if you saw in the bottom right hand corner while I was still in my Acid Lab, I could get $335,000 for selling off this acid. But I'm in a populated session with 26 other people, so that's going to be a 52% bonus. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's this one. I don't think I've ever done this one before. Dude, why are you shooting at me? I don't get why you're shooting at me. With this 2% bonus for every player in the session, I should get close to $500,000, but we'll see at the end. So I'm just gonna finish selling off my product and then we'll see. So I am at my last location. I had to go to 10. This sell mission probably took longer than the other ones that I've done. Yeah, that one we just had to go around, kind of just throw like newspapers into bins, and apparently there's like acid in them or something. I don't know. And boom, there we go. We got, wow, my prediction was right. I got $502,000. So yeah, that's a pretty good job. And part of that was that I was in a public lobby with 27 other players. So yeah, and that's why the Acid Lab itself deserves to be the #1 new feature with the Drug Wars DLC. Well, that was me showing you the top 5 new items added in the Drug Wars DLC in GTA Online. Make sure you check out this video right here if you want to see the easiest money-making method for level 1s in GTA Online.